So it's time to present. Now, again, I'll talk a little bit about the template. First of all, see, my template already has made my sheets. So I just need to grab my drawings now and place them on the sheets. So this is my first floor plan, and I can nudge it over on that title block. And I'm using the arrow keys on the keyboard. Trying to make sure that it all fits in there pretty well. Okay. And then I can see I've got a conflict here, so I'll just activate the view, and I'll grab the room legend and I'll just drag it over too. All right, let's see, that looks pretty good. Now I'm actually, if I tried to move the house right now, it'd actually move this wall. So deactivate the view, just gonna drag it over a little bit more here so I can come over and get this guy. And I hit the tab key in order to select him. All right, now I'll activate this view again just to clean this up. Bring that into the border. And I want to bring this into the border. And I want to bring this guy up into the border. So it's all inside of my picture frame. I can grab this right here. Somewhere there should be a label telling me what this is. And there it is, see right there. So I will deactivate the view. Here's my label. I'm going to grab it and drag it down, and it's just telling me the scale and the name of it. Okay. And there we go. That's my first floor, which I could print up and show that to my client. Let's do the second floor. Looking for my second floor sheet. Second floor, first floor plan, second floor plan. Okay, and I have a second floor dimensioned. I'm going to call it 102.10, so I'm going to rename that. The one is left off. Okay, so 102.10. All right, so now they're in order. Okay, so let's go to the second floor plan. There it is. Looks like the scale is different. So let's go back to the first floor. That's 1/8 of an inch. What's the scale? 3/16. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is activate the view and change the scale to 1/8 of an inch. And then deactivate the view. And let's move this schedule up here. And then I'll just click on that guy. There we go. Okay, so I want to activate the view so I can bring this section within the boundaries. And this guy wants to come up a bit. Now you can see my reference planes, but I have a setting. I think it's the default setting as well, that the reference planes don't print. This out on a PDF. Okay, now you can see here, looks like I've sorted this by the second floor. Let's room schedule. All right, let's delete, or let's deactivate. And let's delete this guy. Let's see, because I want to use my room schedule. So back to this sheet here, see what I have here. I'll just delete it. And I'm going to come over to my schedules because I have two schedules. I'm going to use this room schedule and bring him over here. And so there we go. Now we can see everything. This, I'm going to have to activate it again just to pull this over. I need to pull it over enough so that that doesn't conflict there. All right, so there we have it. Deactivate the view. Now the last thing I want to do is client's going to say, "Oops, look at that." Let's get this done. Now, as I move forward in this project, I will align this so that the first floor and the second floor and the basement plan and the roof plan are all exactly in the same location on the sheet. But for now, I'm not too concerned about that because it's just extra effort that isn't necessary because I know from past performance, I've designed over 1,000 houses in my career so far, that I've only had one client actually accept my sketches on the first go round. Usually there's some sort of a change. So there's going to be a change here for sure. So why bother organizing it and getting it perfect as far as it's sitting on the sheet when it's going to change. So, all right, so let's see. I have my, oh man, I have a lot of tabs open. So I have this close inactive views. I'll click on that and look at that. It gets rid of all of those. I don't have to go through them individually and shut them down. So let's go to my second floor plan dimension. Look at that. Don't have that on there. So let's go up to the second floor plan. And we'll make a copy. Duplicate view. I'm just going to duplicate it. And we're going to rename it from copy to second floor dimensioned. And it's not dimensioning for construction, it's just dimensioning so that the contractor can see what the room sizes are. All right, so we don't need any of these. So I'll hide that category. And then I'll just start, a contractor wants to know what are these room sizes. So I'll just start putting them in from here to there. Now, there is a setting that we can use that will tell the room sizes. We're going to put the room name in, but if it has an odd shaped space, in other words, if it's not a rectangle, then Revit's not going to give us the right information that we want. Okay, so there, if the contractor wants to know any of those room sizes, he can. And I don't know if I need to come across here, but I will anyway. Let's see. Right, just put the stairs in, and then the walkway between the two stairs, and the other stairs. I'll start putting in the walls and the thicknesses again here. And I just want to know in general what are the room sizes. Move this out of the way here. This out of the way here. I'm going to raise it up, and I want to raise this one up too. That's going to, so that they all kind of snap together. Okay, so then I should do the same thing here, but they're not. Oh, that's not true. They are in the way here. So let's grab those. Move this out of the way and raise it up. And this one out. Raise it up. The rest of them are okay. So I'm just going to leave them. So there's two. I'll come across here for the third one. Okay, that's a good spot. Some of these are getting in the way, so again, I'll raise them up and move them off to the side. The contractor does not care what the thickness of the walls are. No interest in that whatsoever. But it's part of the dimensioning I'm not going to go back in and undimension those things. All right, and overall of that bedroom. So we don't want the contractor to have to do any mathematics. All right. Or anybody that's looking at it at any time. We want the information to be there. We do not want them to have to do some math. They might make a mistake. Or, okay, so now we'll do some verticals here. So this is what I'm going to show to the contractor. I will show him the floor plan with all the room names and the square footages. And then I will show him dimensions of both floor plans. Bigger than we wanted or smaller than we wanted. I've made a mistake here. So I just click on it again and it deselected it. Very simple way to get your dimensions to be correct, even if you make a mistake. What do I care about here? I don't need to tell them again what that difference in the thickness of the width of that particular room is. So I clicked, sometimes the mouse is too sensitive, so I clicked there without finishing. So what I'm going to do is click on this dimension line, say edit the witness line, and that will allow me to continue putting in my dimensions. So we have a few more to go. Now, this is a bit messier, so let's start pulling some of these wall thicknesses out of the way so that we can read the actual room dimensions. Like, let's see that I haven't put any door in there yet for the towel closet, linen closet. I'll have to do that, and it's still, oh yeah, we do have another, yeah. Still a little difficult to read here. I'm going to grab this guy. Just put him right there. So we're not, yeah, okay. So I think that the contractor can look at that and figure out what the room sizes are from there. Maybe we'll take this guy and put him up and out. 5 feet. This is 2'11" and a half. Let's pull this guy out of here too, so we can see it without it going across. And let's pull this guy out of here too. So it's sort of conflicting with the 9 foot. All right, so we're getting close. Let's do that. And then the master bath, I think we're good. Now, some of this is very tedious. And I'm not fast forwarding through this because you can if you want to. That's the advantage of these videos, is, you know, doing something that you really don't want to watch all the way through because, okay, I get it, I know how to do it, then you can just fast forward it. But if I stop this, just to put the dimensions in and then start it up again, I might forget to start the recording. So that could be a problem. So you do the fast forwarding if you want to. These guys are snapping together. And I found that just watching someone else do stuff, sometimes I can see, learn a little bit about something, and stop and say, hey, how did you do that? That was pretty cool. How did you do that? Or I can just learn things not to do. It works both ways. All right, so one more to go, which is, I just really want to do the overall for the bathroom here. Make sure I click the wall, and because there's a mirror there, I could pick the mirror, and I don't want to pick that edge of the mirror and walls only. All right, how's this looking? Put that right here without any conflict. Okay, I think that's good. So I am going to pause it for the first floor. I'm going to do the same thing on the first floor. So I'll pause the recording. Okay, so I put this first floor dimensions in without you needing to watch that. Let's clean a couple things up right here. All right, so that looks pretty good. That's showing the stuff what they want to know. So I want to look at my sheets now. I have let's see. Well, I have a site location and a sheet list, so I have to change the information about the site because that's for the other job, the previous job. And then I have my sheet list here already made. And as if I add some more sheets, it'll automatically change the sheet list. So I don't really need to work on that right now, but I want to work on the first floor plan. Let's see how that looks. That's presentable. Okay, let's look on the first floor plan dimension. That is not presentable until I grab the first floor dimension and drag it over in. Pop it in. There we go. Drag it up like that. Nudge it over a little bit. All right. And then I'll activate the view. Let's grab this crop region. Bring it inside. So only stuff that's inside of the border will be visible. And that's good. Nothing is going to hopefully make that a little bit bigger. What do we have here? Okay, deactivate the view. That's my label. Let's get that label in there too. Click on the, I want to move this edge here, so I have to click on the drawing in order to get that little bubble. It'll bring this guy back. All right, so let's have a look. So there's my second floor dimension. I think it's okay. Activate the view. I don't want to see the crop region, so I just deactivated it down there. So now let's go to my second floor plan. How does that look? Presentable. And my second floor dimension, I don't have it, so I'll go back to my second floor dimension and grab it and drag it over here. And nudge it up a little bit. I like it. Okay, so I'm going to grab the label and bring it over here. Click on that and then drag it, the end of it back here. Don't activate the view. I don't want to see the crop region. Okay, I don't. Right. So I'll deactivate it. So now the 4 sheets that I want to print are the first floor and the second floor dimension. So first I'll save my work. Then I'm going to say File, Print, and let's set it up. So we'll go to Setup first. I want to use tabloid, which is 11 by 17, which is the size of my title blocks. And I'm going to zoom 100%. When I click zoom, it moves it down So I'll go back up here and say center, and I'm good there. Okay, now I have to select what I want. So I'm going to hit the select and then I'll go over here. I don't want any views, so I can simply uncheck that. And now I'm looking for my first floor plan and my first floor plan dimension and my second floor plan. My second floor plan dimension. That's all I want. I'm going to say okay. Nope. And I do want to combine all the sheets into one file, so we'll do that. Say okay. And I'll leave my temporary hides on. And now this is a different project. 4,000. Even though it's bigger than that, that's identifying it to me what it is. And I'll just call this today's date, 6/19/2021. And I put the letter A in front of it because I know that I'm going to have to do some more. So I'm going to print that up. It's only a few sheets, so I'm not going to pause. Just let it go through. And then I'm going to take a look at that. And I know that I'll look at the sheets and I'll see something that I want to change. So then there'll be a B, and a C, and a D. And finally, there'll be enough that I can send off to the client. But today is a Saturday, so they won't be looking at it today. So I don't have any rush to do it. I can look at it later on. Fine tune it a little bit more if I want to and send it off on Sunday, or I can wait till Monday to actually send it off to the client. All right, so now let's go take a look at it. As the PDF, that's what they're going to see. Doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. And that doesn't look too bad. So I might go back in and clean it up a little bit, but that's the beginning of designing a actual house using Revit. This is the steps that I would take. Well, these are the steps that I did take, and I did record them for you to watch and see how it's done. And if there's any questions, I'll go in and actually show how to make the schedules. We didn't do that yet. And I want to talk about that because I just used the schedule. I haven't made it. And modify families. No, I think we're okay with that. All right, so that's what I'm going to show to the client. Later on, you can see some of the previous videos. We'll show how to make schedules and sheet lists, but I will definitely do it for here as well, just not yet.